What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the garage. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today we got Swamp Monster going under the knife for a what I'd consider a pretty substantial upgrade. We're going to be going from these, God, why do they exist? Bottom of the barrel XT shocks that these lower end machines come with that are absolutely clapped out and have 2-inch spacers, just so I've got something for suspension left. To these remote reservoir, or well, what do they call them, piggybacks, off of an XXC that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. Got them for a song. Guy said there was 50 miles on them. I don't have any way of proving that, and neither did he, honestly. I put my weight on them and they didn't collapse, so I'm assuming they're not blown out. I guess we'll find out when I take it for the first trail ride. But yeah, let's get these junk shocks out of here and get us a better suspension. I'm just gonna do one front and one rear. I'm not gonna do all of them on video because it's the same doing the other side, and I'm probably gonna have to move this thing around to get to the other side because I got so much stuff in the shop right now. So let's get you guys set up here where you can see something, and we'll go about tearing these junkers out and putting something new in its place. I understand why these shocks exist. They're, for lower end machines that, cost savings and whatnot and all that, but truth be told, they're pretty terrible. I mean, right out of the box, even brand new, these things are not great. But, we'll get our wrenches and our sockets together here, and we'll start tearing into this little girl. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Like I said, these shocks are just absolutely terrible. And, they got 4,300 miles on them, so they've definitely, just going to loosen that one up a little bit. They got 4,300 miles on them, so they're definitely pretty whooped. I'm going to have to disconnect the sway bar just because I don't have, this is the first side going in, so it's not going to, if I don't, I'm going to be fighting against the other side, trying to get it where I need it. And then we're just gonna pop this lower one out. Let me get a light so you guys can maybe see what the hell's going on here. All right, shed some light on the situation, so shall we? Where can I put this? Or it won't be in my way, but you guys will be able to see what's going on. Is that a little better? Maybe. Come on, cameraman. Get your crap together. Alright. Zip this lower bolt out. The lower one you can do with or at least on these aftermarket trailing arms that I've got. You can take it out with an impact. The upper one, you can't. You just can't. There's no room to get an impact in there, unfortunately. Let's show you guys what the hell's going on here. We're gonna go up to this one up here. Wow, boy, I really put some sauce on that one when I tightened it up last time. Holy hell! There we go. Although having the ratcheting wrench on the nut side would probably make my life a lot easier. Yeah, these ones, they're not terrible to get out, but they're not the most fun in the world either. I'll back you guys up just a smidgen. Hope you don't get seasick. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, we'll zip these out of here. And we'll try to fit the new shocks in, see how that goes. They're almost the same height as these with the 2-inch spacers in, so I think they're just like maybe, I don't know, half an inch shorter or so. It's not much. But again, I'm not really concerned about the lift. I'm more concerned about drivability and the way this thing handles on the trails, because I can tell you right now, this thing is absolutely abysmal on the trails the way that it sits. I hate it. Well, I shouldn't say I hate it, but it's definitely not fun. Anyone who runs these shocks will know how hard the front end on these dive with these shocks on. Come on. Ow. Alright, that's not normal. Why is this arm not going down any lower? I don't remember fighting these this bad to get them in here. There we go. Alright. Get that out of there. With any luck, these will slide right in. Giggity. Left rear. Yeah, that'd be this one. They got these little bushings, removable bushings. I'm gonna throw a little grease on this before I try to slot it back in there. No one likes trying to slip into a dry hole. Get your minds out of the gutter. I tell you to get your minds out of the gutter, but I'm the one that said it. Alright. Put that in there. Grab my grease rag so I'm not getting grease all over literally everything. Now, the question is that going to fit? And yes, it does. Oh, she's snug though. Definitely a lot more snug than the old ones, I can tell you that. He had these marked left rear and right rear. I'm pretty sure this is the way this goes in. Right? You guys would tell me if I was putting it in wrong, right? Alright. All joking aside, I gotta try to force that up in there. All those years of having those crappy shocks in there, and it kind of collapses this part of the frame here every time you tighten it down. Let's see if I can get a screwdriver in there to pull it up. So I can get it lined up properly. Looks like I might have to pry it forward a little bit. Try to get it where I've got at least one side lined up, and then I can wiggle it around to get the other side through. Gotta steal your light for a second. You guys don't mind, do you? Come on. Okay, it's just about there. All right. Bolts through, which is good. Good. Yeah, these don't look like they're much shorter than the factory ones, the factory ones with the spacer on them, to be honest. They actually look like they're... Oh. Don't ever buy your LED lights at Walmart, people. They suck. Let's see if I can... There we go. Gotta try to get this up and over that. Kind of wondering if maybe I should back off the preload a little bit. That'd be the smart way to do it. And you know that's not how we do things around here. The other issue is with this, for some reason with this side, I'm not really sure why, but the bracket that the shock bolts into got pinched at some point. I don't know if that was from the previous owner or something I did wrong, but it makes it a nightmare to get the shocks in this lower part. Might actually have to get out a hammer and try to bend that out. Yeah, that does not look like it's gonna fit. Oh hell no. Yeah, I gotta open that up a bit, because that's definitely not where it should be. This without breaking anything. Put that back there so that way that doesn't get lost. Get a hammer. Let's see if I can straighten that back out a little bit. So what kind of projects are you guys working on right now? And drop a comment down below. Let me know what kind of stuff you're messing with these days. Man, I used to have a flat circle there somewhere. This will just have to use this one, even though it's severe overkill. I'll give Highlifter credit on that one. Those are definitely some stout shock brackets. I still don't know if that's open enough yet, but ooh, whoops. I may have just royally screwed myself for getting that bolt back in there, because I hit it in the wrong spot. I got a spanner wrench over here. Let me try to back that off. Or had. There we go. I really don't feel like fighting with this. I also don't want to back that off because I want all four to be the same, and I don't want to have to mess with it to get it back to where I had it. Come on, get in there. Yeah. I'm gonna have to open that up a little bit more. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. That's part of the battle. Oh, it actually fits in there pretty easily now. All right, so with that, I'm gonna have to, I gotta try to lift this up. Line that bolt back up. Hopefully I can still get it through there. One of those is shock, one of those is, we'll go with the longer one for the shock. I think that's how it's supposed to be. Maybe. Let's double check. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, I'll put the longer one. Does this even fit there? Oh yeah, I'll put the longer one on the sway bar. That one there. Although I think that's gonna, oh, maybe not. Tap that back through. Nut on there. I'll run her in with an impact. You don't have to go crazy tightening these up either. We gotta do the top one. Oh wow, this is gonna be an even bigger headache with that in the way. But yeah, I mean, I think I might have lost a half an inch in full droop height. If even that, it might have only been like, you know, a quarter of an inch or something like that. It wasn't very far off because I didn't really have to mess with the sway bar. I thought the sway bar was going to be fighting me when I went to put this in, but it's not. It's right where it was before. It lined right back up, so. Should, with the preload where it's at, be right about the same height. Maybe a little bit shorter than what we were before. You can already hear it in the comments. Oh, but why did you put yellow springs on it? Well, it's what was on it, and I don't feel like paying to have them powder coated, so. Besides, this is Swamp Monster. It spends more time covered in mud than it does clean, so I don't think anybody's ever going to notice anyway. Yeah, we'll just leave that like that. I'm not really concerned about what side that bolt came through from. Tighten these back up. Alright, not bad. About as easy as I could have hoped it would have gone, really. You know, as per usual, I'm telling myself, hey, make sure you get all your tools out ahead of time. That way you're not making people wait on you. It never fails. I never have everything I need out on the first try. But I'm going to throw this tire back on. Get it mounted, get this tire mounted back up, because if I take the front one off too, the whole thing's going to fall off the lift. So I'll get this tire back on, get the front one off, and get that ready to go, and then I'll bring you guys back and we'll do the front side. All right, back in a minute. All right, we're back. I got everything set up, so let's get this front done. This one's a little bit trickier, at least for me, because the tie rods that I'm running, here's the bolt here. Right there, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it. The nuts on this side, and it doesn't really leave me enough room to get a socket over it. So what I'm going to have to do is pull the top first and swing it out so I can lift the suspension up, you know, a little bit, just enough to get that bolt past the tie rod, and then we'll get the rest of it out. Put you guys over here where you can see something. There we go. So I'll get this top one apart. Throw that up there. Put you on there. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure there's 100 different ways to do this. Do it whatever way works for you. This just happens to be the situation that I'm in. I kind of don't have a choice but to undo the top first and then disconnect the bottom. But I mean, as you can tell, you know, these are all the way up. They're cranked up as high as they'll go. They've even got 2-inch pucks in them. And if I try to take a corner at over, say, you know, trail riding over, I don't know, 10 miles an hour, or if I've got to brake hard, the whole front end drops down to the point where it's probably only about that far from bottoming out, you know. And anybody who's bought one of these or ridden one will tell you the same thing. Right off the factory floor, these shocks are just atrocious. Which I'm sure you could say the same for the base model out of any company, you know. I mean, XT isn't the base model, but it's definitely, you know, pretty low on the list. Someday I'll get this thing to where I want it. That stupid coolant hose is right in the way. Can't get my fingers back there. So we'll give her the old stick the wrench behind it to pry it out. Alright. Got that disconnected. Now we're going to swing it out this way. I'm going to put my legs up underneath the control arm to hold it up, and see if we can get a socket in there now to hold that. Yeah, it's not definitely not miles better, but gives a little more room. Not as much as I need though, so we may have to try something different. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit. And I know that a deep well socket isn't going to do it. Well, maybe. Might be able to get enough of a bite on that. Nope. Yeah, this was a bit of a fight when I put these arms on, if you guys have seen that video. It's a 6.2. The other issue is these particular brand of forward and arched arms don't really leave you with a ton of room. Don't have a 15 in that. So, what I'm going to do is put the impact on this side. But you guys are right in the way, but that's okay. Oh, crap, that's right. Impact sockets don't fit in there. Yeah, they don't exactly leave you with a ton of room to get in there, unfortunately. Start backing it off a little at least. You know, for the life of me, I cannot remember what I did to get these in there. It's been a while. It's been quite a while, actually. Let's see if that works. Whoa! Come on back now. Don't you go anywhere. Not the best way to go about it, but it got the job done. Okay. Why did I put a washer on that? I don't think that's supposed to have a washer on it. Could be wrong. Been wrong before. Actually, it's got a couple of washers on it. I wonder if that's just the wrong bolt. Alright, now we got that bolt out of there. Oh, Jesus, there was 3 washers on it. Must have done that to space it out. It's probably not the bolt that's supposed to be in it, to be honest with you. I suppose that one could go up there, but I don't think the one out of the top is long enough to reach all the way across. Oh yeah, it works. Problem is, it's partially stripped because I'm an idiot. So that one's just gonna have to stay up there. I may have to buy some new bolts at some point. Alright, let that droop for now. I've also got a boot clamp that's missing, so I'm gonna have to do something about that at some point. cut these zip ties off so I can get these bushings out. Get them lubricated, at least the upper one anyway. I'm not overly concerned. Oh yeah. Oh, let's see. That bushing's definitely seen better days. Starting to think that the guy might have lied to me when he said there was 50 miles on him. But I mean, for the price, I guess I can't really complain about it. You know what I mean? As long as they're not completely blown out, I'm okay with it. I'll survive. Yeah, even if they are, I can always have them rebuilt, I suppose. That's going to drop in there like that. Tickety-boo. Come on. Make me go all Happy Gilmore on you. You too good for your home? Some of you might be too young to remember that movie. I'll put some washers back in there. I'm pretty sure at some point either I lost a bolt or the previous owner of this bike lost a bolt. Could go either way on that one. I'm not 100% sure. Although I probably should take that out of there and start it by hand so we don't cross thread another one. Kind of one of those situations where I almost need like a mid-length socket to get between the tie rod and the control arm. The short one doesn't leave enough to yep. Short one doesn't leave enough to bite on with an extension, and the long one hits the tie rod end. So I think we're gonna call that good. I don't want to get crazy with it. Don't really see a reason to get crazy with it, honestly. All right, lower that down, push this into place. Come on. There we go. Top's in. Take that off there. We'll go with the short one. And I'm gonna have to either order some new bolts or figure out what size these are and just go to the hardware store and get some. Probably a good thing I'm running spacers too, because I don't think the Assassinators would. I think the Assassinators would hit the reservoir without it, because my bead locks are Maverick spacing. I want to say they're 6+1. They might be 5+2. They're definitely not the 4+3 that would normally come on an Outlander. All right, and that's the front one done. Yeah, like I said, I'll do the rest, and then we'll get a shot of it sitting back down on its tires, see how it looks, see how much height we lost, which isn't really a huge deal, because we got floorboards. So tires rubbing isn't really any concern. We got floorboards. We got 1.5 inch forward A-arms, 2-inch stretch trailing arms. So everything should be happy. But yeah, I'll get the other two done and we'll set it down and we'll get a look at it, see how much more badass it looks. Be right back. All right, just like that, all 4 shocks are done. She's ready to hit the trails again. You know, it probably took me, I don't know, maybe another half hour, 45 minutes with a smoke break to finish putting them in. They are miles better than what was on it. Of course, I mean, anything's better, and this is a slightly better option than, or cheaper option, I should say, than going with Elka's. At least for me anyway, for the price I paid. They do bounce a lot better. They don't try to, you know, bottom out just with me jumping up and down on it. So, do I believe they have 50 miles on them? No, unfortunately. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 1,000 miles or so, 2,000, something like that. They're definitely not, no 50-mile shocks, but they're a huge upgrade over what was on it. And I can't wait to get it out on the trails and try it. I'd love to do a video on it today, but unfortunately we've still got snow on the ground. The trails are closed. There's really nothing for me to do. So as soon as we get some better weather, we'll do that. Next thing on the list for this machine is some new taillights, but you guys will have to tune in later to see that install. I'm not even going to show them to you yet. I'm gonna make you wait till the video comes out. But yeah, if you like the content, please drop a comment, subscribe if you want to. It really helps out the channel, and I'd greatly appreciate it. And to all of our new subscribers, thank you very much. We're almost at 100, and I know that isn't a big milestone, but to me it is. But yeah, until next time, keep shiny side up.